Hello, seniors. My name is Tyler Godbout, and I'm your current class secretary. For the last 3 years, I have worked hard with the other officers, our class advisors, and others to make sure we have the best years possible. Unfortunately, last year, it seemed like all of that went to waste. We did everything we could to try and have our prom, and we will do the same thing this year. It's our last year, and unfortunately, it's going to be much more difficult than it should be. We normally just have to stress over college applications and figure out what we're doing next in our lives, but the pandemic has added another layer of stress. As secretary, I will do everything I can to make our last year the best it can possibly be. I want a prom and all the other senior events just as much as you do. I will work hard and plan safely with the other officers, our advisors, and administration to make sure our class gets the senior year we deserve. So re-elect me, Tyler Godbout, as your class secretary. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2021. My name is Julia Benvey, and I'm running for re-election as your class treasurer. Although our year did not end as planned, we still had a great year in planning and budgeting. In November, we had another successful rally by decorating the gym and selling t-shirts. We also worked with the class of 2020 to put on another amazing Mr. Whitman Hanson show. While our prom was ultimately canceled by the school administration because of the current pandemic, we still successfully planned and budgeted for what would have been a great night. I'm sure you would have loved the venue and enjoyed the photo booth. This past year has been very difficult and unexpected, but I believe we have made the best of it. During our school shutdown, we sold signs and donated all profits to the Boston Corona Relief Fund. In the end, our class has grown financially, and I hope you will re-elect me so I can continue to do so. Thank you.
My name is Anna Williams, and I'm running for Vice President of our class of 2021, round 4, but this time we're seniors. Myself and my fellow officers worked so hard this year trying to make everything happen. We wanted it just as badly as you did. When Governor Baker took to the news, we were the ones receiving all the frantic text messages, wondering what the status of our year was going to look like. This year, the unthinkable happened, but I'm confident that we did everything we could and worked so hard this year during the unprecedented circumstances. This last year of high school is about making the most out of any situation, and with me as your vice president, I believe I can make this happen. Everyone should get a chance to voice their opinion no matter who they are, and as a class officer, I would allow everyone to have their say. Senior year is here, and I have some great ideas in my mind to make sure I can be a representative for our class and ensure we get the class events and activities we deserve in order to go out with a bang. I have put in a great effort throughout my reign as vice president, and I would love to continue to put in that effort and promise to always put my best foot forward, whatever that may be. I promise to work even harder for this position, and I am willing to do whatever it takes. I also wanted to congratulate and thank the current class officers for a fantastic year together. I know how much hard work goes into this process, and I wanted to congratulate you all on all your hard work and countless efforts put into this year. Being a class officer has helped me in so many ways, not only as a student, but as a person, and I would love for the opportunity to win back this position once again for the final time. Thank you.
My fellow students of class of 2021, my name is Joel Arsenault. I'm here to tell you that I'm running for class president, and I come to help from raising money for our class in the school to helping in the fight of going green and eventually throughout the other districts to eliminate the use of plastic and styrofoam trays. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, so we're limited to so many things. One of my big plans for our fundraiser that I think would be very successful would be a drive-in movie night for the school and residents of Whitman Hanson. Other than a drive-in movie night helping us raise money for our class in the school, it would be a safe way to protect ourselves from COVID-19 due to people being in their cars or being outside wearing a mask and keeping a distance from others. If we see a progress, I eventually want to take a bigger step and team up with the teachers to help fundraise money to donate to organizations that are fighting climate change, going green, and saving the animals. As a younger generation, I do feel like we have responsibilities to do what's right, to set an example for the future generations, and to educate. In my opinion, class presidents should do more than fundraise for our classes. I think they should be held at a higher standard due to how important this job is. I have a bunch of ideas that I'm willing to share, but we'll just have to wait after the results. Thank you, and go out and vote.
Hello, class of 2021. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you for successfully making it to senior year. They really weren't kidding when they said high school flies by, and some of you might be happy while others might be sad, but nonetheless, let's ensure we take in all the bittersweet memories this year has in store for us. Now, as I'm sure you've heard me say a million times by now, I'm Delanie MacDonald, and I'll be running for class president yet again. My speeches throughout the years, despite the rap battle, have all seemed to sound somewhat similar. So this year, I'm taking a different route. Instead of telling you the reasons why you should vote me class president, I'm going to tell you the reasons why you shouldn't. And I know this might sound a bit confusing, but just hear me out. Now, first of all, you shouldn't vote me class president because of the title. I don't work endless hours every year in the position and during the election period for the name class president. I do this simply because it's something I thoroughly enjoy. I enjoy working with my fellow officers as well as our class advisors to strategically plan all events our class holds. There's quite a bit of behind-the-scenes work that isn't often highlighted within the class officer position. Oftentimes throughout the school year, and even on winter and summer breaks, you can find me, as well as the other officers and advisors, drafting emails, visiting venues and discussing pricing, keeping up with social media platforms, and planning current and future events. Even during our Corona-cation last year, we didn't get much of a break. We communicated back and forth with our venue and the school, doing everything in our power to make prom happen. Unfortunately, our 2-week break turned into something more serious and chaotic than we all assumed, and there wasn't much we could do. While I'm on this topic, I want to discuss a few things regarding COVID-19. All decisions made during this time period were completely out of our control. Trust me, we pushed as much as possible with the school and our venue to make prom happen. With the state regulations and protocols Whitman-Hanson had to follow, we were told it couldn't be done. We were equally as upset, maybe even more, as we put in countless hours planning the event, as so many of you. But at that point, it was out of our hands. But rather than sit back and watch COVID-19 unfold, we decided to take a positive step. Together, our class raised money for an organization supporting COVID-19 research and health. We also supported our teachers and staff through this challenging time with love and appreciation, and I know it meant a lot to them. Now, for another reason, you shouldn't vote me class president because this is the only year that matters. When electing a senior class president, there are more things you need to take into consideration than years prior. Not only does the senior class president represent the class for the year and organize events, but also they hold the position of a speaker at graduation, as well as the person planning future reunions. Now, it's crazy to think that in 5 or maybe even 10 years, we'll be having high school reunions, but it's the truth. So you want to elect someone you can count on to fulfill all these duties efficiently and respectfully. Another thing to take into consideration is the involvement of a class officer candidate. I, for one, am involved in many clubs, honor societies, and groups that all intend to impact our school in a positive way. I have also requested to be a part of the Superintendent's Council to make sure our class is being accounted for and all of your ideas are heard. In addition to this, as being president for the past 3 years, I have taken part in all events our class has held. When rally posters were being made, I was there. When a venue wanted to meet to discuss details for prom, I was there. When we needed to connect with our advisors on important topics, I was there. Involvement is such an important factor when it comes to being class president, and it is something to definitely consider when casting your vote. I want to leave you with one thing. You should never elect a class president you don't think is here for the right reasons. In voting, I want you to make sure you agree with all the person is saying and intending on doing for the class. Keep in mind whether you think the person is truly going to devote their time to make sure your high school memories turn out the way you want them. This is the most important year yet. I wish all of you the best of luck in our final year together and hope I can count on your vote.